the mountain. White beard and a crooked stare, tramps along with the folks all scared. With a dickle in his eye, he passes them by, the old man of the mountain. For he wears long hair and his feet are bare. They say he's mad as a goose. His cares are none and he fears no one. The old man of the mountain, he talks with the bears when he's lonely, sleeps with the sky for a tent, and he'll eat you up when he's hungry, and it wouldn't cost him a red cent. And he'll live as long as an old oak tree. He'll eat up fools like you and me. Oh, I often sigh and jump and cry at the old man of the mountain.
I'm going up to see that old man of the mountain. What's the matter?
The old man of the mountain. The mountain. You got to hold-dee-ho.
You gotta hold-dee-ho.
You got to hide-dee-hide.
You gotta hide-dee-hide.
You got to heed-dee-heed to get along with me.
Yeah, man, how do?
You got to learn my song.
I got to learn your song.
If you do me wrong,
I'm gonna do you wrong.
you got to kick the gong to get along with me.
What you gonna do now?
Gonna do the best I can. You got to hide-dee-hide.
You got to hide-dee-hide.
You got to heed-dee-heed-dee-heed.
You got to heed-dee-heed-dee-heed.
You got to head-dee-head-dee-hey to get along with hey.
Hi.
Hey, ho! bop-bop-de-bip-bop-day. If you feel like shouting, advertise it just this way. Skidoo-doo-scatterlap, skidoo-doo-doo, hurry up, skidoo-doo-doo, well! Skidoo-doo-doo-doo-doo-bop-bop-de, skidoo-doo-doo-doo, diddly-diddly-wop, diddly-diddly-lay. Oh, skidoo-doo-doo, well!
We are the members of Do It or Die. D-I, D-I, D-I. Watch us make bimbo as easy as pie. D-I, D-I, D-I. We are tough, you bet, filled with college pep. Bring him on, we cry. D-I, D-I, D-I. B-I-M-B-O. Bimbo.
By the mystic order of the
Boom boom hacha, boom boom hacha, boom boom hacha, boom boom hacha.
Wanna be a member? Wanna be a member?
No.
Oh.
There's the way out. Oh.
Wanna be a member? Wanna be a member?
No. Ouch! Oh, yeah, come on. Oh.
Wanna be a member? Wanna be a member?
No. Oh. In there.
Hello, May. I've got a bone to pick with you.
No. Ouch! Oh. Uh-huh.
size, big boy.
What a pippin'. Oh, dear. Gulp.
No!
Wanna be a member?
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Seal.
Good morning.
Good morning. Who do you think you are?
Beans is the name. One of the Boston beans.
Good morning, Mr. Hardy.
Quiet! Camera! Action!
No rattler could rip her, no Tyson could nip her, for she was a last word in class. sweet flossy farmer, the lovely snake charmer who fell for a snake in the grass.
She shunned all the geezers on flying trapezers and let all the acrobats pass. The sweet flossy farmer, the lovely snake charmer,
Went boom for a snake in the grass.
Beans is the name, one of the Boston beans.
Now, we've already seen that cartoon tonight. Oh my god, it's me! Oh my god, you guys. I can't believe that I'm so not prepared. Actually, you probably believe it. Oh my god, you guys. Don't you realize? Oh my god, you guys. How many of these stupid things do I have to have open? Okay, I can close that one. Now I'm calling myself out for bad tabs management. Especially on a shrunken window. I'm gonna just get rid of that, that, and yeah, that helps. Just can't read the chat first, so I'm gonna say, sadly, I believe it. Ha ha! Yeah, everybody believes it. Everybody laugh at the man. Laugh at the poor man who doesn't really know what he's doing. Been pretty sick, dealing with a cold, with coughs and mucus. Ew. Oh, well, don't hurt yourself. Got shots today. Shit, I need to get shot. I need to get. I need to go. I need to go. I need to go schedule COVID and flu shots before I go visit my darling for Christmas. I gotta go do that. I can't talk. God. Fuck me in the ass. Fuck me in the ass. Actually, don't do that, please. That may hurt. Where is the movie? See, I don't remember. Oh, wait. No, hang on. It's in the... No, that's the wrong... Wait, no, this is the wrong drive. Hang on. Wrong location. Let's see. Anastasia. Oh! Shit, I didn't actually get the tech specs on it. God damn it. Well, it's definitely not the same as this. Definitely not the same as American Tail. It is CinemaScope. The movie is in Cinnamon Scopes. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. Let's see. Movie time is hidden. Good. Okay. Opening movie. Can't believe I didn't set this up yet. I'll also turn down the sound because I also need to change it back to just standard, not forced crop, so that I can see what the proper crop is. Okay, this should be pretty good. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Okay, looks like it's 23. What did I say? 23? Am I dumb? 2.39. Okay, so I was close. I was close. I was a little close. I was a little close to the fucking. Okay, so I need to get the crop pad set proper. Like, oh, that's right. 2.9321. Clacklate means my ratio width needs to be 2 pixels wider than that, so 2112. Oh, that's right, because it's not the correct size at all. The screen... Fucking thing's not the right size at all. Wait, why did I do it like that? That's so dumb. Fuck me. Okay, so let's see. Just gotta take it down there. I think that's correct. And then slowly but surely, moving the goalposts of the thingadoo so I can check the black edges, and that should be it. What the fuck happened? Oh, pfft. I wrote it wrong. I typed it in wrong again. Okay. 17:23. Oh, that's right, because I don't have the forced crop turned on. Whoops, hang on, I'll fix that. All video forced crop to 239 to 100, and I think that'll set it. That is much better. At the same time, however, Something's not right. Ah, yeah, that would do it. The pixels aren't all the way to the edge. Hang on. Fuck. I'm gonna make, bigger? Yeah, bigger is better, because that means it'll be less likely to be content ID'd. That's the safe way to do it. Oh. Ah. Ooh. Let's go with 4. No, let's go back to... No, 4. The larger the pixels are, the better. And that looks pretty damn good. And then, of course... Alright. Looks like that's squared away. Well, put that on the screen. Also put this on the screen. Boop! How often do I use this? Okay, looks like she's still AFK for the moment. I should really just say that these streams, I haven't been able to read the chat. Had a bar talk to it. Okay, so you guys haven't actually added anything new to the chat since I last read or whatever. Oh my god, you guys. Looks like everything's working pretty well if I just, yeah, looks like it's working pretty well. It's good. Everything's good. I guess I'm gonna rename the, what year? 97? Okay. I'm gonna, oh wait, I can't rename the file. Wait, yes I can. Let's just say I can't rename the file right now. All I gotta do is close the damn thing. What? No. All I gotta do is close the damn thing. Then take that, add the year, 97. I was 1 year old. I was so baby. Hang on. There we go. Oh, hang on. And then add the aspect ratio information, which is the ratio 2:1, which is 2.39. Because everything I get with a Blu-ray notion always comes, hey, oh, no. Okay, yeah, because I was gonna be like, hello. Like, hello, movie. Because every Blu-ray I get is like 1080 HD, so there's black bars on the top and bottom. And I like to be able to hack those off. Not just on your end of things, though it doesn't technically matter, but look at how neat that is. Look at how neat that is. Like, if I just dim the lights in the theater for a moment, like if I were to do that, can I do that? I'm gonna dim the lights in the theater for a hot minute. It's like if I dim those lights, dim it. You can like see the edge of the screen, right? Right? That was probably not the way to actually dim the lights. This would have been the way to dim the lights. Probably. It's like you can see the edges of the screen. And it's all super clean, you know, like you know? It's pretty. I sure hope 20th Century Fox doesn't come after my... Oh, wait. No, 20th Century Fox is Disney. They'll be fine. It's fine. I've been cool with Disney. I think the Halloween thing kind of got a little squonked, but all I had to do was add some extra blur, and then, boom, they were actually okay with it. Of course, I had to add that in post. Oh, okay, looks like she's restarting her computer or something. Actually, on the topic of restarting, I'm gonna restart Discord. I'm howling at the moon and sleeping in the middle of a summer afternoon. Discord, whatever did we do to make you take our world away? Discord, Are we your prey alone? Or are we just a stepping stone for taking back the throne? Discord, we won't take it anymore. So, take your goddamn tyranny away. I think that's pretty good. Okay, I can just recapture that. Boom. Skibbity bibbity 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 boop boop! Okay, and now that I've restarted Discord, I need to go and do an audio check. Okay, looks like Discord's audio is working. So, that's always good news. Shit. I didn't just fuck up my audio, did I? I'm gonna check something real quick, guys. With my audio levels. I don't know. Yeah, you can hear me, but that's not the issue. I'm gonna check something. Yeah, it was, the audio was a little fucked up. I don't know how this happens. I just don't know what went wrong. Man, I would really love to be able to edit this music track in a satisfying way where I could get it to loop instead of it beginning and ending. At last, the roof goes on and nothing will go wrong. Oh no, it all went wrong! Where is my Vagafaka? God, I'm hurting. Ow. My heart. It's like my vest. I got my vest. I'm wearing my Sunday best. I guess my Tuesday best. Put on your Tuesday clothes. There's lots of film out there. Get out the Brilliantine and dine cigars. I'm gonna turn off music whenever I decide to sing something. We're gonna find it. We're gonna find adventure in the evening. 1, 2, 3. Oh, right. These headphones, as I should know for myself and my sake, are the ones that fit very nicely into the... Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, no. Discord's audio capturing. Check, honey. Check. Okay. Hi, honey. Check. Hi. Okay. Wait. Mic check, honey?
Yes?
Okay. Yep. OBS is being stupid again. Let me play a sound. Yep, I don't know why. Whenever the call connects, that is big stoopy Discord. How dare you, stoopy Discord. All right, I'm gonna fix the audio. It happens every goddamn time. Barely hear her. It's worse than that. You don't hear her at all. She's not there. The Discord audio capture is not, well, was not working. It should work now.
Is it working now?
Yes, it is.
I mean, you didn't pick up the phone, so of course you didn't hear me until the moment you broke through the
Yes,
ether.
but then as soon as I picked up the call, OBS started to fail capturing the Discord's audio, which is so dumb. Just getting one more test in to make sure that we are absolutely working. Oh, and bring you into the theater. Hello. Okay. Share my screen with you. Checking one more time. All right. And
la 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 la.
La 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 la. And we shall get this party started right in 3, 2, 1. And a great big hey howdy hey to all my goofy goobers out there. Welcome back to Animanic Commentaries with Comic Ozzy.
And DF. Privyet, everybody.
Tonight, we are going to be watching the 1997 animated classic Anastasia. As it were, Once Upon a December. Yeah. So it makes sense. I'm smart. I'm clever.
I'm the one who suggested it.
We're smart. We're clever. You suggested it, but I approved it. It's my channel.
Okay.
But yes, tonight Anastasia is the film of choice, and I want to get this out of the way up front. I am not approaching this historically at all. Rasputin is an undead evil wizard with a bat voiced by Mo Sizlak from The Simpsons. I'm not attempting to approach this with any sense of historical understanding because it's wish fulfillment. Even at the time, like the Belief Squad mentioned that the fate of Anastasia Romanoff was unknown at the time of the making of the film. So this film is pure wish fulfillment. That also happens to have an evil sorcerer and a comedy bat. But they're barely in it. It's mostly just Anastasia and that core cast there.
And the reason they were able to get away with it in distributing in Russia was by advertising it as a fairy tale.
And that's probably part of the reason why they went with evil sorcerer, because that is absolutely absent in the Broadway adaptation. Honey, what's your familiarity with this movie?
Well, my mom pretty much didn't sugarcoat that the historical inaccuracies. Now look, my beef isn't the fact that Anastasia lived, because this is a what if scenario.
Right.
I'm not even that troubled by the whole Rasputin thing. I mean, that was kind of the rumors that were going around the guy.
Right.
My beef is that she was not 8 years old when that shit happened, okay? you got her age totally wrong, okay? That's my beef.
I believe it was that at the time it happened, she was already an adult. Is that correct?
She was 17.
She was
so
17.
She was 1 year less than she ends up in the future.
So.
Yes. Which is dumb.
So basically,
I appreciate the musical, because, trauma can still happen when you're 17.
Yeah.
It's not always a child thing.
That's true. Oh no, Scribe, you didn't hear her at low audio. That was just my speakers. I didn't put my headphones on yet. Anyway.
I'm not low audio now, am I?
No, you're not. I just found that. That was a very, very funny comment. Anyway, but, yeah, no, because, like, and I'm not certain how much the Broadway adaptation, like, does different from the movie. They do retain a lot of the songs.
They do make her the same. They do make her the age she actually was in the years this story takes place.
So what did they have, like? So did the years pass from, like, her being 16 going on 17 on to, like
17 to 27, yes.
17 to 20. Okay,
Ish,
all right.
Yeah.
All right. That's still interesting. Yes, it is evening. Wait, no. That's our Aussie. Okay. C'est notre Aussie. Da 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 da. Lay. Also, Dimitri's name is apparently spelled different in the Broadway version. Yeah, well, that's only if you're reading the playbill.
Yeah. And, it's a well-animated movie, all that aside. I do get annoyed that even before Disney bought Fox, like, everybody kept confusing this as a Disney movie.
Oh, yeah.
I knew the difference even as a kid. Like, does nobody watch the logos?
I mean, really fucking insidious was when they did test screenings of Thumbelina and they put the Disney logo in front of it. So that probably only, like, compounded people's confusions, because then you see a Don Bluth looking film and you still think it's a Disney movie, even though it's not. What a tangled world we live in. Yeah.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, I don't think it's worth beating around the bush anymore because this is all in all still a fun movie. I won't be able to speak to the Broadway adaptation, but I do know that people said it is of quality. And I would definitely not be averse to seeing it at some point in my future. I think the only stage production, like proper stage production, was like Portland had Wicked touring, and that was it. And I also had to take off my glasses toward the end of the show, so I couldn't see all that well what was going on, because I was getting a little migraine. I was trying to press my nose. But anyway, enough about other movies. Let's talk about this one. And everybody gets set
Isn't it amazing this movie spelled without an I in the middle? It's D-M-I-T-R-I.
Yeah, which I imagine, like...
No, just Squad got it wrong.
I think he was mentioning, like, again, on the Broadway playbill, it's spelled differently.
Yes, but
if you can synchronize, if I can synchronize it, you can synchronize it. Once you know what you're doing, you'll realize it. That was really bad.
Story. Well, I did a little more research on it because I was interested in learning about different royals.
I should have just said once you know the basics. I should have just stolen the line from the song. Why did I fuck up the syllables that badly? This ain't rap. This ain't a jazz song. What am I doing? All right. But also I'll be talking about musical theater structure because this is a thing. Because like I said, not only got a Broadway adaptation. This is a '90s Disney musical that Don Bluth definitely tried. I'll learn how to do it. I will learn to do it. My favorite song in the movie because of how upbeat and peppy it is. Anyway, so let's get to it. Let's get to it. I'm just beating around the bush. In 3, 2, 1, go. Setting up the subtitles track. Oh.
But yeah, they had done research, but they realized the story was just so depressing, and so they, changed it dramatically into fairy tale form.
I mean, what they basically took from it was that there was a Russian family named the Romanovs, and they all died one night.
Okay, well, you're kind of glimpsing over it.
But the thing,
the Russian Revolution was pretty serious.
Yeah, but like, okay, yes, but that's also how the movie treats it. Like, they don't really like fully address the Russian Revolution.
Yeah,
It's in the opening minutes of the movie, and then it's over with. Also, that is not the best.
Dame Angela Lansbury, rest in peace. This is my first time watching this since her death, I think.
God rest her soul. Would you come in for a pie, sir?
Okay, now what I'll tell you what they get right. Yeah. Yes. Well, they don't talk about that. Although technically, didn't they die like 2 years later? Yeah. And he was not a very good one. Very good father, maybe. Not a very good ruler. I mean, look, all this richness while the working class gets shit.
Yeah, let them eat cake much.
And, Anastasia apparently was, as the youngest of 4 daughters, she was apparently quite the little gremlin.
Okay, her turned down eyebrows already give little gremlin energy immediately.
Yeah, but
hey,
but
look who it is! Foreshadowing, you would never know.
Okay, now what they did get right is that she was the favorite grandchild of the Dowager Empress.
Okay, aside the fact that, you can see that she's not able to perfectly hold it, like a live-action person trying to hold, a fictional cartoon character in their hands, it's also just too detailed and not detailed enough at the same time. The thing is, with The Great Mouse Detective or other CGI integrations, you gotta know where to sand off the detail.
Yeah, you're right, guys. This is Kirsten Dunst. Not the singing voice, but...
Yeah, that's definitely not Kirsten Dunst.
This is like
Lacey
the rare
Chabert
animated
as the singing voice of young Anastasia.
How many animated princesses have like 4 different voice actresses?
That is an excellent question.
I guess Kristen, but well, you know, Princess Anna. Well, she had 3.
Yeah, young voice, young singing voice, and of course then there's a sequel.
No. It was
you
young
mean just
voice
between
and
the
then teenager and.
Oh, you're right.
And of course.
Oh, and of course, Russia's Greatest Love Machine was not necessarily like an evil sorcerer. Like,
he was accused of being a charlatan, and you do know the method. You do know the nature of his death, right?
Oh yeah, no, they poisoned him, drowned him, bashed him in the head. Actually,
that froze him in the ice.
Yeah, he died of hypothermia. He didn't even die by drowning in that river. That's what's really funny. You couldn't kill this guy.
Yeah.
Speaking of not being able to kill this,
the reason that the Tsar's wife trusted him so much was because he was the only one who could treat their son.
Yeah.
Who had a very rare genetic disease. That, you know, if he bled, he'd get very sick.
Anybody else getting Dr. Facilier vibes? You think Disney took some homework from this?
Okay, let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let me finish. You know, the son had a very rare genetic disease. I forget the word for it, but it's like if you bleed, you could potentially die.
Born with glass bones and paper skin, essentially.
And he was the only one who could treat him. With a magic spell, though people speculate it was through hypnotism that he made him feel better.
It was the power of suggestion, and it didn't actually save his life necessarily.
Yes, just a historical background. Just
yes.
He was a bit it's not totally out there showing him with some supernatural abilities.
Yeah, he's a bit of
they kind of give him eviler than he actually was.
Yeah, he's a shyster. He was more of like I'd say a Harold Hill type than a Jafar type. They go for Jafar type here.
Yeah, he did predict, however, the downfall of the royal family.
He probably just saw how shitty they were behaving. Like you say, he's a sham artist. He probably had like fortune telling background, like being able to read people. It was like, yeah, you're gonna die to your people.
So yeah, she would have been 17 at this time, and they also leave out the fact that they were actually imprisoned for a long time altogether before they were executed.
Don't worry, dude. You won't drown.
You'll just freeze.
You'll just freeze to death. The hypothermia will get to you first.
Ratchet really just stands there.
He's a tiny little bad. I think even in his prequel movie, he didn't really manage to do much. Like, he was only so strong. And the classic amnesia case.
Oh, traumatic moment plus a bump on the head. Yeah. Oh yeah, look, that's her whole family. 3 older sisters and then her youngest brother.
The thing is, like, so many people consider the idea of the bump on the head, but I think, like, a physical trauma like that is just a trigger for, like, mental blocks.
Yeah. So fun fact,
like walls and barriers they put up, like, kind of like how your post-traumatic stress, your post-trauma will manifest in different ways.
Yes.
But
so fun fact, what added fuel to the mystery is that when they found the remains of the royal family, 2 bodies were missing. One was one of the younger
here is
princesses,
our opening
one
number.
One of the younger grand duchesses and the son. They did find them later, a few years after this movie came out, but that did add fuel to the fire.
Now, I think people will remember that I said when we did All Dogs Go to Heaven, it's like, oh, the movie is over animated. Like, there are some times where it feels like there is no control. This movie is much better in that regard, much more restrained. Like, they still use the more over the top animation for the gags, but they kind of tone it down on like the And there's no weird Dragon's Lair bits in this movie either, so.
It was apparently a real snow globe. They do really well on the arts. I haven't been to St. Petersburg, but I did go to Moscow.
I mean, I'm just going based off of, like, photographs I've seen, and yeah, it is a very, like, any dumb American would be able to say, oh yeah, this is Russia. This ain't, like, even if you might get confused in this indoor area, it's like, nope, that's definitely Russia.
No, it pretty much is like this. Look, it's not exaggerated. I've been there.
No, it's not exaggerated at all.
These structures, even the marketplaces.
Yeah. And here they go. They're kind of doing
different singer.
They're also kind of doing what like Howard Ashman and Alan Menken did in Beauty and the Beast. They're like establishing the location and like significant plot elements. And I think we also get Anastasia singing in this song, don't we? Just a little bit?
No. Well, maybe for like a dialogue in the stage production. I haven't heard the whole soundtrack.
That would make sense. Jonathan Dokuchits as Dimitri sing. That sounds like a very Russian name. At least the last name.
But yeah, John Cusack and Kelsey Grammer. Really
and Kelsey
good casting in
Grammer,
this movie.
who actually has like a theater background and has done other musicals and is like really good in this.
And actually doing a decent Russian accent.
Oh yeah, really good Russian accent. I think
not too over exaggerated.
In Bartok the Magnificent, he kind of just forgets the Russian accent, kind of goes a little British with it.
He was playing a bear.
And yes, that was a different character. Anybody else notice? I think there was a layering issue because Dimitri just like snapped. Like Elsa's hair phasing through her shoulder. He just kind of snapped behind Dimitri. Behind, what's his name? God. Dimitri and Fat Man.
Now that's a typical Don Bluth old lady animation. You know?
Yeah, but it's also not... Yeah, but it's also like... It also still feels properly restrained.
Phlegm and cough.
Also... This voice actress sounds like she, like,
she's Baba Yaga.
Yeah, she was brought back
Bartok.
for Baba Yaga in the sequel. Well, prequel. We'll totally cover that one eventually. I do want to point out that even if some of the dance sequences and such are rotoscoped, they were really good at, like, drawing, like, very pretty girls and also pretty boys. Between this and Thumbelina, with really good 3D, without having to cheat it. Like, they actually drew it like that, and it's just really well done and pretty.
You know... It is cool how they put a shadow over her eyes from the hat.
Yeah, it's kind of...
You know, it's showing that she's kind of in shadow.
Like, she can't see the bigger picture.
Yeah. She's in shadow. Her identity is hidden. Her memory is hidden.
Her entire costuming is actually really clever. Like, she starts out this frumpy, like, big old trench coat, essentially. Look at the way she's got her scarf hanging out of her pocket. So scrappy looking. I love it.
One of my college friends, as soon as we said we were watching Anastasia, she said, her hair in this movie makes no sense. And you know she's right. This woman's hair in this movie makes no sense. You'll see what I mean. Go on, take the sign.
Well.
Oh, and this song.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And sung by the singing voice of Princess Odette and Princess Jasmine in the sequels.
Damn.
You could hear it.
Oh, I can.
She got that princess
yeah,
voice.
she sounds like she would have been able to do the singing voices. She did do the singing voice of Jasmine, like in the TV show and such. Actually, the TV show didn't have songs.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Return of Jafar.
Return of Jafar did, though.
Yeah,
and the King of Thieves.
King of Thieves.
Can't forget King of Thieves. Can't believe a movie so musical and they didn't have at least like a couple of songs in the show.
Yeah.
Just the theme
okay,
song.
it's either Liz Calloway or Lisa Calloway. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It could always be both. One could be a nickname. She also sang for Kiara and the Lion King. I hear that. I actually hear that.
Right, I forgot about that.
Also, this is such a great I Want number. Like...
It is.
Because we've missed 10 years. It's good to catch us up on what the hell she's been dreaming of this whole time, if anything.
Okay, you've read the novel I'm working on.
True.
So you got some you see where I got a little bit of inspiration, at least for one of my characters?
I can definitely see that, yeah.
I would listen to it whenever I needed to get into the mood to write.
Oh yeah, it's like wanting to know more and like having. She's got a sense. It's like she may be 18 and she may be very practical and like smart, but she's also got this childlike wonder, and this song helps to expose that.
I mean, you're never too old to desire family.
Yeah, she wasn't shy about it with the caretaker at the place.
Bad. Try not to sing now. And another.
And I love how.
So, see, look, her hair is in a bob.
Yeah, and also want to point out as she's starting to like move toward her future, the golden lights of the sky matching the 300-year party that they were hosting in the golden ballroom, and she's dancing like she was in the ballroom. It's like, this is a nice, like, it's like the audience obviously knows who she is, but it's like they also use
dramatic irony.
golden, but they also use the golden color palette to call back to the party where it all went down, and it's like it's really great color scripting, honestly. And that's why blurring the images for these streams works really well, because distinct color scripting like that helps.
Oh. You know, that's something that hasn't changed about Russia.
Yeah.
When I had to go to Moscow, I had to get a very special travel visa. That part,
in the Broadway
version,
version, this song moved to right after Anastasia arrives in Paris. Okay, but that means they had to have written a new I Want song, because there's no way.
No, you're kidding.
Because there's no way.
That is not where they moved. That is not where they moved that song to. So whoever's saying that is lying.
You might be confusing that with a reprise.
Yeah. So whoever's saying that is lying. No.
You might be thinking like a reprise.
No, it was Shirley still in the beginning. There's no way they did it to after she arrived in Paris. God, the dramatic irony in this movie.
Yep.
And my mom says that really the Tsar was not a very efficient leader.
No, I guess in 1926, this place would have been not historically kept up.
Honey, do you realize who took over after the Tsar was killed?
I mean...
Do I need to explain Russia to you?
Yes, you do. I don't know much about Russian history.
Communism, honey. Communism is what happened. Did you miss the Soviet Union symbols going around?
I didn't miss that. But I did
communism.
I did completely miss
weren't interested.
I did completely miss its implications.
Look, of course they weren't interested in preserving the palace of the leader they destroyed at this time.
Yeah. That's what I was saying, though. Like, they had not... Back in 1920, they probably didn't give, like, enough of a shit. That's what
They really didn't give a shit. We're still in communist time. The whole exit visa thing, and
No,
that's
no,
what I hate
that's-
about this government. Everything's
that
in
is-
red.
No, that is my point. And my point is, like, the building is in, like, such a condition because they don't give a shit. Like,
I shouldn't be harsh on
imagine,
you.
like, imagine what it looks...
I lived in Romania. I saw the repercussions of the communist regime.
Yeah, like, I can imagine, like, what the building looks like now, if it is still standing. But, like, back then...
It is. Now it's open for, like, you know, museum-type visits.
And here's our first reprise.
Sort of. What is the opposite of a reprise? Like, prelude. Before it was a prelude.
Yeah, I guess a prelude would be before a reprise. I don't want to get too pedantic, but I think when you refer to the song as like a noun, it is a reprise. But when you refer to it as like a verb, you reprise.
Huh.
At least I think
did
so.
wonder about
and also,
that.
this.
I keep calling it a reprise.
I think reprise is the verb and reprise is the noun. So in terms of a song, it would be a reprise. And and
her family.
I love when you can take influence from other things, because this is definitely taking influence from the Haunted Mansion and when the ghosts in the ballroom. They even came out of the painting, which is like there's a couple of ghosts and paintings in that scene. It's like, and again, we're really repainting like there's something in the back of her brain. Dim as an ember, though.
And notice this. Look at how her brother is limping. That is such a tiny detail.
I noticed how he's limping, and it wasn't the best animated limp. It was kind of.
It's very subtle.
Yeah, it's very subtle.
Well, you can't call too much attention to it because it's not the main focus. You know?
Guess, but like even like but it's like it's a foreground detail when you're paying attention to what's in the background, because what's in the background is the lightest. It's like you wouldn't be looking at it even if they did animate it as a more natural limp, you know?
Apparently she was a bit of a daddy's girl. She was a bit of a daddy's girl, too.
I think, like, the songs allude to that pretty well as well. Yep.
Even though he reportedly cried when she was born because he was really hoping for a son, and this was like the fourth daughter.
No.
But I guess he eventually developed a little fondness for her.
Yeah.
and the fact
and this is brilliant. Like her eyes are being caught in the light between the boarded up windows. Vlad, of course, Vladimir. Like, how would I?
Yeah,
how
just
could I
the
forget a
lighting
name like
choices on her
Vlad?
eyes. Yeah, he calls him Vlad.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Like, I just forgot his name, and then he said it just now. Anyway. Mm-hmm. When would you have seen a vulture in fucking
You know, there's such a thing as books, honey.
I suppose so.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Nice doggy. A dog looks kind of like the dog from another movie. I don't know if Disney or Don Bluth. Could be both. I'm having a hard time placing it.
You were not 8. I'm sorry. That part really bugs me. It's like, no, not the magic, not the fact that she didn't actually survive. The fact that she's the wrong age. That's what bothers me.
Yeah. It's like you can make up a bunch of shit, but you draw the line at when they fuck with an age of a character. I mean, let's be perfectly honest. it's kind of the reverse issue of what Disney did with Pocahontas, so at least Don Bluth point over Disney, because making her younger is less weird than making her older. You just wanted the fresh young adult romance between Dimitri and Anya here.
Okay, Vlad, how do you know that?
He
says that.
They've done this song and dance before.
The grandmother's hands, like, Vlad, that's awfully specific. But it's true. The Dowager
and now they're gaslighting her, and
yeah, they're con people.
None of them know that they're telling the truth. Like, none of them. It's hilarious. It's like you think, oh, it's so evil that they're gaslighting her, but then at the same time you're like, well, this is a fortunate turn of events, isn't it? I think the most insidious thing about their gaslighting, though, is that they think they actually are gaslighting her, so they know that they're doing a rotten thing.
That really is true. Anastasia does mean resurrection, so that it kind of added to the myth.
The woman, the myth, the legend. I love how slick he is.
And look, what convinces her? Watch. Is looking at the grandma.
Something.
She's like,
something in those eyes that feels safe.
I guess to like a character.
Yep.
Well, yeah, the Grand Duchess is what they were. Grand Duchesses.
Yeah.
And I think the Crown Prince was like the Tsarevich.
I was like, you see that?
I could be saying it wrong.
Like I was talking about that really cartoony animation on Vlad's lip sync and such there.
What was that meme? What meme I showed you? That Don Bluth only knew how to draw two men, but he did it well.
Yeah. What was it like?
A Papa Mouskowitz and like a bunch of the pretty boys.
Yeah, the happy fat bearded man and the pretty skinny boy with broad shoulders. Like, yeah, Don Bluth knew how to draw all of two guys.
Yeah.
Even Shanta. Yeah, Hank Azaria.
Hank Azaria, right?
Hank Azaria, yeah. Except magical shit is responding.
Originally Bartok was going to be this very timid little bat afraid of everything. I'm glad they went this direction though.
It's no wonder he got his own movie, because he is like he's very cute and funny. Like, Hank Azaria plays this role very well.
And apparently a very old bat.
Well, 10 years plus however old he was back then. And being dragged to the underworld to meet his dark master. Once again.
Anytime an animated movie goes to practical hell.
Yeah.
Which Don Bluth has done more than once now, I'm realizing.
Really, also, with the blues and the greens and the skulls, this is kind of resembling Hercules, which would have released around the same time, isn't it?
That was the underworld.
Yeah, but like this specific background with the soul smoke and the skulls, the blue-green palette.
Oh, yeah, you're right. This is 97, right? So, yeah, it's Hercules.
This would have been around the same exact time.
It was the same time. 97.
Whoop.
97 was Hercules. This really got away with a G rating.
Oh, yeah. Well, as long as you don't show blood. And also, anybody who's watching this in the timeline, like anybody who's watching this far enough in the future, God rest his soul. But for now, while we're watching this, Christopher Lloyd is one of the greatest living actors, like character actors. Like I love a lot of his shit, like Doc Brown and Judge Doom. Or like
and Professor Plum.
Professor Plum. Or the role that this is closest to, just with a Russian accent, Hacker from Cyber Chase, which he would do like a few years later, a few years after this film. Like he's got the same cadences, you know, the hacker has won, you know, that kind of vibe.
They're not afraid to show the bone marrow, though.
Yeah, that's another secret. Just make sure it's not actively bleeding. It's like to talk about Hercules for a minute, they did that with the Hydra. They just had the green goo and then no blood. Right. They showed it like it was a fucking T-bone steak. It's fucked up. And let's completely replace him with Jim Cummings.
And you can hear the scar in him here. To be prepared.
Yeah. Except with a little Russian instead of British. And so it's kind of obvious that it's Jim Cummings. Whereas like at least fucking Jeremy Irons actually did a portion of his number, so the transition
like
was almost point for point.
The last half of Be Prepared.
Yeah,
Scar,
like his voice was thrown out. It's like if you listen closely, you'll be able to tell the difference between Jeremy Irons and Jim Cummings. But here, you don't have to listen so closely. It's the whole song, and it's a stark contrast at the front. But hey, it's true for Dimitri as well, so it's not so bad. I mean, they got a singer. They got a singer to play this. So it all works out really well.
I just has a random wig line about.
Somebody had a placeholder lyric that they didn't replace, because that was a weird line. Am I wrong? That was a weird line.
Not really. I mean, a dash of cologne, it means it's a rotting corpse, so... I was like, you know, tie my sash, a dash of cologne, like, I'm going out and I'm getting business done. It doesn't sound weird to me. I get what it's saying.
Maybe it's a more European type phrase.
Tie my stash?
No, like I don't know. Anyway.
And a dash of cologne.
All right. Anyway, look.
I don't get it.
Like past that, like some have said, like it's kind of weird with all the bugs. Why are there all a bunch of dancing, colorful bugs?
Because we're in the ground.
They eat dead things. Compare them to we're in the ground. Compare them to maggots, if you will. It's like,
yeah. See, socialist.
Because they're still calling it Russia in the movie. They haven't called it USSR yet.
Soviet Socialist Republic. Yeah. You do know what USSR stands for, right?
Where's the U come from?
United.
Fair enough. She is slouching. Again.
She has grown up in an orphanage for 10 years.
It's like, by the end of her song, she ditched the hat, and now she's just frumpy without the hat.
I love that line. Stop bossing me around. Yeah, apparently she was a mischief maker.
Can I also point out that I absolutely love...
See, that's how his name is spelled, Dimitri.
Yep.
The captions are wrong. That is how it's spelled, and that's how it's spelled.
You know, these two have the rom-com energy that Anna and Kristoff sorely lacked. And I can say that because we did cover Frozen.
I mean, they are rom-com stars, so...
Yeah, it definitely works for them.
I got Meg Ryan from When Harry Met Sally. I'm trying to remember what John Cusack was in live action-wise. I mostly know his voice work.
And as I was trying to say in the last scene, I love the shape. I love the shape of Dimitri's Vlad's peanut head. It's really nice.
I mean, she is exactly 18.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I don't know, 19, 20-ish. I mean, they were around the same age in that flashback.
Yeah, like... I think the implication is that he just turned 18 this year, and now he's finally gonna pull off the big scam or whatever.
Sorry, Union of the Soviet Socialist Republics. But you know, it's 10 years. People will still call it Russia. Red commies. Yeah, the musical does go more into detail about the Soviet Union's effect on Russia.
It kind of helps that they don't have to worry about evil sorcerer in the Broadway adaptation. It gives them time to dedicate to, well, that. Love her. I love her attitude.
Yeah. You know, that might be why Russians were kind of okay with this too in the 90s, by the time that it was no longer the Union of the Soviet Socialist Republic.
Yeah. Yeah, you can make all the
although
jokes
now is another story.
Yeah, one would wonder.
Any Russians watching this? Do you really agree with what's going on over there?
Well, I mean, the people in the government are two entirely different things.
Yes, here's the thing with Russia. The last 100 years, they can't seem to get the government figured out.
No.
Not that we're any better in here in America.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
What did they do with the engineer? That's what I want to know.
Evil demons, either he was old enough to have a heart attack, or they scared him into jumping off the train himself, rolling over in the snow just to save his hide.
Either way sounds dark.
Either way is pretty fucked up, yeah. Surviving or otherwise, it's still kind of spooky.
Imagine what happened to the people in the other cars.
Oh, they probably eventually slowed to a crawl and everybody safely got off. Someone hit the brakes on the car. Speaking of hit the brakes, they're absolutely trying to ruin... Now, what a quick thinking little pupper. I love that.
She just hands it to him like
how to light
better
a
than that teaching
how
us,
to light
better
a
than
candle.
that teaches in schools nowadays. I swear, the more teenagers I meet, the less critical thinking they seem to have.
Except for the freak demon thing. So I think jumping still sounds like the optimal strategy.
Well, yeah, but jumping where?
Fresh powder.
No, down the mountain.
I mean, it's sheer cliff face on one side, but the other side's got a little more wiggle room. They'd be able to Because the thing is, they wouldn't immediately go off the cliff. They'd go on the other side of the train, and then they'd still have the momentum of the train. They'd be moving forward, not to the side as much. You know.
They still gotta slow it down enough for a safe jump.
It'll have to do. Well. And honestly, how many Disney princess films can you say have explosion? Nope, Mulan. Mulan exists. Never mind.
Yeah. That would be next year.
Mulan has like several explosions. Not including the fireworks. I'm talking about the cannons. Actually, I'm kind of counting the fireworks when they kill him.
Yeah, fruit bat.
What if the implication was that Bartok was a vampire bat? That would make him immortal.
Very funny.
What? Oh, this is... Oh, we've both played Slay the Princess. That is disgusting.
Yes.
That is gross.
Now that was really pushing the rating there. Man, they didn't give a crap in the 90s,
See,
did they?
I'd say Don Bluth did a lot better at scaring the shit out of the kids. Like, Hades' design was spooky, but he was just a silly guy. Like, he was kind of a silly man.
And a hi-ya, and then a woo-ah, and I kick her, sir.
He was deflated because I knew my kung fu. They called me Bartok the Magnificent, with a ha and a hi-ya that are significant.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's a painful noise.
Hey, Poland!
Hey!
Nancy's are from there.
Just don't send us to Desing. The bridge is out. That's a preview for next week.
I remember when I watched this with my roommate who hadn't seen it in a while, so she's like, I hope Vlad will be happy alone. Like, oh, you really don't remember this movie, do you? Yeah. And, you know, she was a plus-size woman, so she really loved this romance here.
So, yeah, in the answer to your question, Anya, to cream, person or cream puff? Yes.
Yes. Yeah, now the Dowager Empress really did seek out if somebody was her granddaughter.
Yeah.
And there was one who got very, very close to convincing everybody, but it turned out after a DNA test later that she wasn't the real one.
Madam Romanov, you are not the grandmother.
Yes. Yes, actually. That was a good one.
Jerry Springanov.
That was a good one.
I love Vlad. He's such a sweet man. Love him.
He's like that uncle type, you know?
Yeah.
She has. He's been like, remove him from my sight.
Yeah. I love.
Oh, you notice
his
that?
Face.
And you notice how he looked behind him for that? Because that probably would have gotten him killed if they were still in Russia.
Right.
Damn,
and he knows
meant nothing.
And of course
he
knows Sophie in Paris because he fled to Paris like all the other
She fled to Paris.
All
yeah.
the other hoity-toities who, like, didn't get killed.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the French Revolution. Any surviving nobles, they fled to England.
And here is our, like...
Yeah.
Here's kind of a call to action number. I'm not sure what you would call it.
No, I get it. Yes, the hero accepting the call.
It's like, she already refused it, like, I'm not gonna lie to a duchess. It's like...
Yeah.
I also love...
she was quite the ragamuffin, apparently.
I also love the instrumentation there with the quirky little xylophones showing how she's not quite got it yet.
Sneak.
Yep. I love Kelsey Grammer's singing voice, and he's still doing the Russian accent. Like,
the Snow White
he's
animal
really good.
thing.
Yeah. It's like, I love the flute for Anya, and then the brass coming in for their, like, not until you get it right. It's like, that is such a nice little reaction to what's going on.
Right now, I want Stroganoff.
Shit.
It's really good. Yes. Like, 8-year-old Anastasia would have known that. I'm just saying, in this world.
Yeah.
In this universe. It's like, what's something 8-year-old Anastasia would have known, though?
Yeah. Love that
Also,
transition.
Uncle Vanya.
Oh, God, and the really
Uncle
distracting...
Vanya, nice little reference to
the
Chekhov.
really distracting rendering on those bikes. They stepped out of a Barbie movie. Like, they don't fit in the 2D world. And she's got the hat back on, but she's lost the trench coat. And also notice she hasn't really worn the hat up until this point in the song, which visually demonstrates a sense of confidence, because before she went along with Dimitri's scheme, losing the hat, it's like she put it on like as a sense of confidence for her. And now...
Okay, look at her hair now. Look at her hair now.
So she's got it up. She's got it up in a little...
And it's cut at her ears, essentially.
Yeah.
And like, you know, so you think there's no way
it's held
there's
up.
enough hair up there.
Yeah, you wouldn't think.
But look at how much is held up.
Yeah, you wouldn't think.
And
it's very deceptive. Especially since she's using the hair to tie itself, so it doesn't look like as much as it would be.
And suddenly, it's all the way down there in like 5 seconds.
Keep in mind, she's now using a ribbon to tie it instead of using the hair itself, so there's more hair to go around.
That is not how hair works.
It's also a cartoon with an undead sorcerer like gunning for her life. So, you know.
It's like, you sure she's not Rapunzel?
I am absolutely certain.
With her hair changing clinks. Oh, this song. Yeah. It's so small and simple, and yet.
Yeah.
Also, props to Kelsey Grammer for doing his own singing.
Yeah. Well, again, like I said, he's done musicals before.
Anya stole that hat from 5-0. Oh, I mean, Russian mouse, Russian girl. Yes, you're right, Squad. Anna Anderson, that was the name of the Anastasia imposter. Just for the cut. I try not to sing challenge.
Yeah.
I never... And you know, you'd say she learned really quickly, but it did show that she did dance in the beginning, so it's probably
so she it's in there. It's in there, and you can see the look on her face.
Yeah, long forgotten muscle memory.
More so, like, and the thing is, there is a change. I know this because I arranged like a MIDI piano recording of the song. Learned to do it from the Broadway adaptation, and there's a section where she's dealing with the post-traumatic stress of like, you're pressuring me too hard. I don't remember anything. And we see a little bit of like the gears clicking in her head, like something is there, and it's niggling there, but she's not fully thinking of it. But it's coming. It's coming to the forefront.
Yeah, seriously, her hair
okay,
just
now
grew overnight.
Now it looks too long. It's like when it was tied up in the ponytail, it looked fine, but now it looks a little too big.
Like it went from your above your shoulders to down to your elbows.
Okay, you know what? They must have some excellent hair products with them, because like, how did she get so much volume out of her hair?
God.
And here are the ghosts again. Nice visual. And it's kind of nice that
she looks similar to Belle with these current hair styles.
And hey, at least unlike other Disney princess like Cinderella, she actually has toes. Oh my god, can you imagine drawing toes on a character?
You do know that Sleeping Beauty had toes.
I said Cinderella, didn't I?
Yeah, you said Cinderella. Sleeping Beauty was barefoot. There's a lot of habitually barefoot Disney characters.
Aladdin. Rapunzel.
Once Upon a Dream sequence, Aurora is barefoot.
I'm gonna need to watch it again. Because I thought she was wearing little black shoes. Then again, no.
Nope.
No.
You're thinking of Snow White and Cinderella, actually.
And Cinderella.
And don't forget Ariel. Hello.
Oh, Ariel. I mean, she's got every excuse. She didn't have feet before.
Yes, but then she got feet, and you see her toes, and then. Hey guys, hearing this man? And what about Pocahontas?
She's the daughter of a chief.
Okay, the point being, there's toes.
All right. I was making a silly little observation.
Which was wrong.
I think we've seen there are entire stories based around this concept. Okay, maybe not this direct concept, but like the idea of locking someone in their most idealized dream and that they never wake up. And in her case, being forced to sleepwalk until she falls off the boat.
Guys, I was referring to the 2D world, so I'm not including Rapunzel in this.
True.
Yeah, so they did spend summers, like, they had family vacations. Like I said, the Tsar really loved his children.
Yeah.
Not the best ruler, though.
And there are the sisters.
What are their names again? Olga, Maria...
And Peggy.
Peggy?
Hamilton reference.
No. Tatiana, thank you.
And, I saw Titanic. This is kind of the same situation. This guy saves the girl from throwing herself overboard. Only in this case, she's not really doing it on purpose. Though the dream is oddly having her throw herself into water. So there is some consistency there. I guess it's the demons and the dream that are keeping her from feeling the rain hitting her the whole time. Like, she's already wet and she hasn't even jumped in the lake.
Thank you, Scribe, pointing out Mowgli. That ain't safe.
Yeah, not in the slightest.
I mean, do I need to be a lifeguard to say that ain't safe?
You're on a...
The downside.
How
of
can I imagine
remembering.
that line being recontextualized in the Broadway adaptation? Like, again, I haven't seen it. How can I see that line being recontextualized, but it's not about an evil sorcerer giving her a nightmare, forcing her to sleepwalk to her death, but instead, like, she's just remembering too much at once, and the trauma is getting to her.
I mean, because she did essentially watch her family die.
She watched her family die, and then all of the memories are coming back at once. You know, I didn't think that this movie would have anything in common with Little Nightmares.
Ugh. Please get out of your stomach.
And get him on that, like, for his evil plot as this character. The grandmother is also there. Like, he'll really finish the job if he succeeds. Kind of horrifying. You already tried the train. That didn't kill her then. 1962. Yeah, no, 1889 or 87, the Eiffel Tower was constructed or finished.
Yeah, remember, it's the same guy who designed the Statue of Liberty. Gustave Eiffel. And Bernadette Peters, who coincidentally would also be in Beauty and the Beast's Enchanted Christmas with Angela Lansbury.
Doing the same French accent.
Yeah. Another Broadway star.
Yep, another Broadway star.
Most famous for Into the Woods.
Yes. Yes. I swear there was... Yeah,
Hey, Rita from Animaniacs, that's true.
And Rita from
forgot about
Animaniacs,
that.
that's true. She got so few appearances because the time and money required to get her into the recording
She had to
booth.
be paid a lot, essentially like $1 million
Like, she had
per
to be paid
episode.
so much. And,
$1
of
million.
course, scheduling. Because, again, Broadway star having to be brought to a recording studio in L.A. Like, because it was the 90s and they didn't have those.
Okay, I've had this point out to me. It's not Moscow. They're not cows. It's Moscow. All the alliteration.
She is very pretty.
The fact that she shoved the maid aside and like, hey.
Yeah, I was
Old
like, excuse
flame.
me.
Brave Little Toaster, we should do that. You know, I think it's at my local library.
You can probably find it. Disney Plus exists. I think it's on Disney Plus.
No, it's not.
Should
Only
be.
the sequels are.
Probably because they're less scary.
Probably because of distributing rights.
That too.
Anyway,
Poor
there was a
doggy.
copy at my local library. I remember I rented it once. Borrowed it once. Oh yeah, right. I can't do it through my channel though. Forgot. I blanked for a second.
Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out.
Also on YouTube.
Damn sundial.
Yes, but the YouTube's versions are usually blah.
Yeah. So. Great. Always.
Like that all
comes
that
down
time
to
he
that
didn't even think about that
question.
part. Which he could have said the truth of too.
And then,
And the focus on her
and
eyes.
The focus on her eyes. She's remembering these things. Her eyes in the light, and
He's in the shadow, and then
he turns in the light's
and the
direction.
light.
The eyes,
God,
the
that's-
eyes in the light is a big motif in this movie, which is why it's kind of disappointing that on those specific shots they don't darken the shadows, you know, to emphasize it a little more and add the contrast.
It would have been a little bit harder in this setting, but
Animation cheats. You could do what you really was artistic, you know. The shadows are darker on the wall over there. Is my point made?
She's like, she totally wants him to.
These two, they fuck.
I mean, she is French,
so. But also just looking at their energy, their flirtations, and their body language.
It's not as much as you think in American dollars.
Yeah. Also, in 1926 money as well. Although she still has her shoes, but now, and that is probably the most drastic time.
A bun, or is, yeah, I guess a bun. Okay, maybe could forgive that, but it looks even shorter. Yeah, Benedict Peters.
I was gonna say something else about Bernadette Peters, and I forgot about it. Nah. Yeah, I think we already addressed it.
This is one of those numbers that was built for Broadway. It's nice, classic MGM style kind of musical number, you know?
I love how they do that because it's the 1920s, and the French do like jazz, so it's like it's a great number to have to contrast the music we've heard the rest of the time. Hello, Lumiere.
I don't like that. Is that Charles Lindbergh?
It probably is. The Moulin Rouge.
I forget the name of the guy who does all the dots.
Pointillism. God, yeah, what is his name? Fuck.
To connect this movie to Beauty and the Beast again.
Yeah?
Lumiere, Ewan McGregor was in Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, god damn it, you're right.
I'm just saying.
No, that's a good point, though. That's
how many connections you can make this movie to Beauty and the Beast? A lot.
Oh, God. The pointillism did not look good on those CG models. I mean, obviously they don't have the same technology that Puss in Boots: The Last Wish does, but like...
J.K. Simmons did additional voices in this movie. Yeah, I wish no one specifically went too.
Well, I mean, knowing him as a character
I've been
actor,
there. You've been there. We've been there.
We've been to the city. I have not been on top of it, the thing.
Rodin, I think?
Rodin?
I don't know, the guy who made The Thinker. Was it?
Oh.
Oui, les chansons sont incroyables.
I love the break from how big everything was to have that moment from Dimitri. That is so great. Oh, I'm applauding. I am applauding. That was really well done. What a good number.
Duchess. It's like, whoa. We did more than what we thought. She's not the heir to the Russian throne, though, because by this time, it's no longer a monarchy. Yeah, like I met the Princess of Romania, but they were no longer in power, for instance.
Yeah.
Because the king was forced to abdicate in like the 40s or something. You know? This.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that. Like yes, in title she's a Grand Duchess, but she got no power.
Yeah. Which means she's still at least.
And here you see
Which
her
still means
as
that
a woman.
Yeah, which still means that she's definitely fit to strut around and rub elbows with the Oclès.
Like her dresses are gorgeous. So like whoever designed the dresses, excellent job.
Right.
And look, ballet. It's Cinderella.
Almost way too fitting how she was a ragamuffin who's been dolled up and is now attending the show. She's so nervous, she basically tore up that whole program.
That's me. I don't really tear it up though. I fold it into several pieces.
And intermission. Yep.
And focus on the eyes again.
Yeah. The way the light is hitting them. But he's now in the shadow. The shadow play, the light play in this movie. It is like the fact that we're calling attention to it, like it is so intentional.
Yeah, you know what is something they did in classic films as well, especially the black and white.
And also,
so I think it's a little homage to that as well.
Kind of adds up. We're in 1920s Paris. You could say that cinema was like really born here, honestly. A lot of the CGI does not integrate well. It looks so bad. I'm not gonna lie about it. It looks bad.
It sounds more like Jessica Fletcher in this role.
Yeah.
Hey, as you barge in. I really don't blame her. She's like heard so many imposters. It's like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me a million times. Who wants to shame on you?
And now she realizes that no matter what the truth may or may not be, she's been gaslit.
Yeah. I love the way she says Timbuktu.
Yeah.
Misunderstanding trope, but you know, here it's not a forced misunderstanding because it really was leading up to this.
It really works because he did lie to her intentionally.
Actually, what? I mean, she was essentially gaslit at the beginning.
Hey. I also gotta admit, he doesn't know the situation, but that one random guy who was blocking Dimitri from following, like, Stand up, bro. Stand up, gentlemen. Good.
Yeah. My roommate pointed that out too. I mean, what it looks like is, somebody harassing a young woman. So.
Yep. Even in France.
And in this case, he's essentially kidnapping.
I also love Angela Lansbury's Russian accent. Like, I haven't brought it up until now, but it's really... But much like fucking other stage and screen actor, like, forgetting his name, Sideshow Bob, doing a very good, real Russian accent. Like, they're not Russian, but they do it really well.
No, she still sounds British to me.
Well...
She still sounds British to me, but just with a rolled R.
Russian British. Kelsey Grammer, thank you. I've been saying his name the whole movie, and like, it still doesn't look like she's holding it fully.
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause she knows, like, well, that is different.
I am leaving.
Yeah, but she does know that Anastasia did drop that music box too, so.
Yeah.
Oh, this whole scene. I'm gonna cry again, I swear.
Yeah. Yeah. I never knew about any money. Legitimately. Yeah.
Thing is, they had her study that whole family line and never really just let her just be herself. So,
hang on. And like in Coco, how music can trigger memories, smells are really good for that too. And as she's remembering, she pulled the necklace out from the thing, and now it's gonna catch the grandmother's attention, and it's this fidgeting thing she just did.
Yeah, it show that she fidgets with it.
She fidgets with it, and it's also visually and symbolically opening up her memories and everything.
Things only the real Anastasia would know. Not about like where the Uncle Vanya lives or Herrera's born. And here we are.
All the pieces fit together. Even earlier mentioning, are you sure it's... And it's in the lyrics of the song. This is the third time we've had the reprise of this song. I love the way they're drawing the tears in her eyes. I think I'm gonna start crying too.
Hey. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Her eyes just looking up to, like, thank you, God.
Yeah.
I mean, 10 years.
Praise be to whatever angel had watched over her all these years and kept her safe, right?
Oh, God. Hear the tears again. Oh, God.
Yeah, the record scratch there. It was like Bartok wasn't really a bad guy. And he's trying.
Get the girl, get a life.
What does he think he's gonna do? I guess whatever pact he made with those demons was for immortality, but only if he killed all of them.
Nah, he sold his soul to kill. Well,
If you sold his soul, it's probably wanted for immortality.
okay,
right?
so the drawing you're about to see actually was drawn by the real Anastasia.
That's very neat.
So that's why it's rendered like that, because it's real.
Look, it was like 5 years before this, but the magic carpet in Aladdin had like a CGI element like mapped to the 2D drawings, and that looked better integrated. Probably because the posing was exaggerated and shit. Oh. And she really starting to, and all of it
She's
coming into.
She started as a skinny little brat, and she blossomed into a woman.
Yeah.
You know, you could have at least asked to pay for the train ticket out. Just saying.
Yeah.
Right? Like, can I just have the travel
Yeah.
expenses? Okay, but that would have
is
been
an
what
excellent
Spaceball's
question.
joke. Yeah. Mhm. Okay, what do you mean her grandmother doesn't count?
Huh?
Squad.
What?
A
Like,
squad saying her grandmother doesn't. Oh, you mean
Oh,
Empress of Russia?
because
No,
she.
she's a dowager empress.
Yeah, so she's not blood related to the Romanov line.
No, she is.
She is. Okay, then what?
But because
Eleanor
she's
Sputin's
the
deal.
the woman.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you know what? Well, you know, maybe because she's old, so she's not gonna. Okay.
And so she would have died
Okay,
soon anyway. But then she managed to outlive him, so, you know.
Dowager Empress Marie. Oh, yeah, that's. Yeah. Hmm. No.
Yeah.
She was definitely. Okay, no, yes, because she. Okay, no, actually, you're right. She's not in Romanov.
Yeah.
She was. From a princess of Denmark, married into the royal
Aha,
family.
I see.
And also maybe because she's old and can't
Given to
have
the
any more
widow or
children
mother
anyway.
of the monarch in the Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, Korean culture is sometimes given to a woman of the same generation as the monarch. I will say that Angela Lansbury did let her British slip in the last scene.
As I explained, the Dowager Empress is the widow of the widow of the emperor who died.
Oh, look at him.
And of course it was passed down to Nicholas.
It's like, forget the con, forget the money, forget everything. It's not worth it. And the whole reason, and they don't say it outright, but you feel it. It's because he hurt her, and he's like,
Yeah, it's weird.
I cannot, in good conscience, like go through with this anymore.
You know, that is weird that they have her with a Russian accent, and yet she's not Russian. Because she's Danish.
Maybe that's why it's.
That's a little
Maybe
weird.
that's why the accent is not as prominent. Because she only spent so
I
many
guess you're
years.
right.
Because she only spent so many years in Russia, and then, so she picked up a little bit of it, just by exposure.
Yeah, accents are a social thing. It's not an inherited thing. So she could have her accent could have very well changed from her time in Russia.
Yeah.
A very long time, too.
Yeah.
People still can't tell exactly
Yeah.
where I'm from my accent. Because it's complicated.
Because you're kind of all over the place.
She knows.
But that means he's not the low-life scum that I...
Saying is like, this is a lavish life, but you don't
But
have to
is it
take
the-
it.
Damn. It's like, and she's peering into the light, and she's choosing to go back into the shadow. It's like, you notice that, like she was at the front of the movie when she had the hat. But of course,
Go back into the shadow.
unfortunately, Yep.
Because she's gonna be hidden now forever, and no one else will ever know.
yeah. But the most unfortunate, I like to think is like, shit, where's my wallet? All I had was froze in this pocket. Fuck, where's my wallet? Whatever. Anyway, unfortunately, creatures of the darkness can find you in the shadow. So, shit's about to go sideways. I guess minus the breed of dog he is, he vaguely resembles like one of the puppies from 101 Dalmatians in the face, at least, with the angular nose and shit. Which I think Don Bluth would have been at the studio for that. He didn't get a lot of credit for his early work at Disney. Like, I think he was like an in-between artist on a lot of those films. And a Sleeping Beauty callback. True, but with the that animation's always so funny. No.
I mean, it does make sense for the musical that it would be a someone from the Communist Party going after her, because it'd be a threat to the political situation.
Yeah. Well, damn.
Man, you got here fast, man.
Also, cheap shot. You punched a corpse. He would have fallen apart if you sneezed on him.
You got here fast. Yeah, callback.
It's so interesting. We've gone so long without... I mean, I guess we had the reprise of Once Upon a December. So, I guess not. Disregard my previous statement. Stone Horse still does not fit in the movie. He's chewing for your bones, dude. You're dead. You're dead, man. Oh, fuck, dude. You just took a stone horse to the rib cage. And off she goes.
I mean, props to her for you know, physically taking him down.
I also gotta give some credit to the voice director, because, like, usually when you get celebrities, you don't actually, you know, get them properly doing character acting. It was like, obviously you got Kelsey Grammer and Christopher Lloyd and Angela Lansbury and fucking, forgetting names again. Sophie. But
Bernadette Peters.
Bernadette Peters, thank you. Are you ready? Are you ready? He's not ready at all. Oh, God, now that is a very... That's a very Dragon's Lair animation right there. For, like, a death animation.
And the 90s really pushed the boundaries for G-rated films, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I'd say this was, I'd say like Hunchback of Notre Dame definitely had like only the adults would get it. This is something that would horrify everyone. The body horror with Rasputin is just off the charts. Shambling corpse. No. At least we'll always have Paris. Oh, jeez.
Just had to get one last slap in.
Just the lack of
crazy
decorum.
Romantic comedy thing.
Yeah.
Man, the number of times you two are interrupted.
Because I felt bad. Also, I love you. I mean, have you seen my dress? I'm not exactly one to show up at the
The
Grand.
fact that her hair is now a lot more like in the beginning too.
Yeah.
Like just in that loose bun there.
And in order to kind of lean in on a lining up with reality kind of thing. She made the mistake that I was doing. She said biento, which that's Spanish. It's bien. It's bien. Biento.
Biento.
But it's an easy mistake to make because everyone knows Spanish. I was muy bien. It's like, nah, it's French. No, in French it's bien. It's spelled the same, but you know it's different.
You know, you couldn't go back to at least change your dress. I guess it makes for a good
wedding
eloping wedding
and her
dress.
hair is a little disheveled, and the dress was torn up, but now it looks like it was done intentionally. Like the costuming has just shown her entire progression. It's like stripped away of the fancy schmancy life because she didn't really feel like it felt like home. And now the dress that was torn looks magically like it's something new. Spirited Away, we may never truly know if any of this really happened.
They go off to do, I have no idea.
They're off to see the world.
And just random girl bad at the end.
That is probably the most out-of-pocket thing.
That was just so random.
A Hank Azaria pink bat girlfriend moment. I mean, it's more out of pocket than a big leapt alligator moment, as we clearly addressed.
Oh, and this, and Gary Goldman, yeah, that makes sense.
And animation adaptation.
Oh, look, had a little bit of Russian in there. Well, I think Russian. The Sue definitely looks.
Okay, Lynn Ahrens and Stephen.
I know Magpie and the Lost Narrator. This song is very important to them.
And a score conductor.
They of course had it.
Dave Newman.
The voice stands. Meg Ryan, When Harry Met Sally.
John Cusack. Name a movie.
Okay, I don't care
Pick
what
a
it
movie.
says. Look, the movie said
Kelsey
it was
Grammer.
didn't have an eye, and it wouldn't have an eye, and
Christopher Lloyd. Hank Azaria.
quite the voice cast.
Yeah. Bernadette Peters. Like, damn, they really pulled it, like, for this one. Kirsten Dunst
Kirsten
as a
Dunst.
young Anastasia.
Who would be?
And
yeah.
Angela
But
Barrett
by then,
Lansbury as the Dowager Empress Marie. Then other character voices.
Andrea Martin. That's their.
Give a shout out to casting Brian Chavan. Like, actual good. Really, really good. Directing animators. Pre-production. The
Ooh,
color
and
styling. Also, shout out to the color styling. Like, the color styling. Because, like I was saying. So, and also just, like, the shadow play in the film. Like, the way they use light and the eyes.
Man, this movie makes me, makes me actually homesick for Romania. I mean, Romania is not Russia, but it's post-communist era.
Yeah.
It has that gothic aesthetic.
And the character animators. That is a large list of character animators. Additional
And it wouldn't be a
character animation.
90s animated movie without an
Assisted
R&B
animation.
version of
Yeah.
the song. Yeah, Beauty and the Beast pretty much started that trend.
It's so interesting that because there wasn't a romantic duet, they're using the I Want song, which honestly is a pretty good choice, not gonna lie. The special effects animation. Boy. But yeah, no, the animation in this movie is really solid. You'll see some of those moments that, like, I would say are, like, oh, this, like, in All Dogs Go to Heaven, like, that I said were over-animated. But the thing is, that was only because it was the entire movie. The entire movie was over-animated. But when it's specific shots with intention, it's like, it's not as crazy and it feels more grounded. I'd say I'll give credit to the CGI team for doing it. You know, they did their job. They did as they were told. Just because it wasn't well integrated doesn't necessarily mean it was their fault. Remember,
it was the 90s,
Yeah.
so it's for the animation we did that happened in the 90s. It's pretty typical.
I just always point out though, like even if it's like weird that they basically don't have any faces, the CGI crowds in The Hunchback of Notre Dame were much better integrated with their more flat coloring and little outline. You know, it's like, and the voice talent: Hank Azaria, Cusack, Vladimir, Glenn Walker, Harris, Jones, Rick Jones, Flight.
Oh, hey people, it's Giving Tuesday, and you only have like maybe half an hour left for some of you.
The casting.
But go out there, donate to your favorite nonprofit, because they damn well need it right now.
Yeah, definitely. Room St. Peter.
Liz Calloway is Liz Calloway. Okay.
Right. Once Upon a December, In the Dark of the Night. Learn to Do It. Waltz Reprise. Oh, that's what that was.
Things I almost remember. Damn it, this song's gonna be in my head again. Yeah, David Newman does quite a lot of orchestrating.
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons, there it is.
Yeah. Based on
the play by Marcel Morat.
Okay, so basically this was based on a play. It was adapted for animation, and then this animation was readapted into a Broadway show.
Well, honey, you have to understand that, yes, plays were made about Anastasia, and there was actually a movie in the 50s.
I simply find...
There's another movie in the 50s called Anastasia.
No, I simply find it funny that it went from a play into a movie, and then it went back into a play, just as a musical, like the movie. Which I just find that funny.
You're not letting me finish.
Sorry.
they're saying it was also based on the movie of the same name in the 1950s, which featured Yul Brynner actually playing a Russian for once.
Damn.
Yul Brynner is, as
Damn, I'm gonna sing now.
Ramses or the king from The King and I, actually playing Russian, but he's Russian, so
Yeah.
he actually played a Russian in that movie. Anastasia.
Photo reproductions from the book The Romanovs.
Yeah.
Love, Power, and Tragedy.
Yes. The reproductions. The paintings they had. Yeah.
All right.
And some of the stuff that was
where's the
rendered.
legal thing about similarities to persons living or dead is coincidental or with specific intent? Okay, seriously, there's a lot of credits down here at the bottom. Atlantic Records. Look for the CD-ROM adventure game from Fox Interactive. While some of the characters and events depicted in this film were inspired by well-known historical figures and events, portrayals such characters and pictures of such events as portraits of the characters of the motion picture, photo police picture, which was released by Fox Animation Studio. Oh, God. If you experienced any detracted from this...
They could have used that with the Wicked showings.
Well, that was Anastasia. The Don Bluth animated feature made for 20th Century Fox that is now under Disney's ownership, but not their brand identity. They'll never take this.
It does not count as a Disney movie because it's not Disney made.
They're not gonna claim this movie. Like why? Like they'll probably still laugh at themselves. Like we own this movie now, but they're not gonna acknowledge
really?
it.
Okay, someone said David Newman's father, Alfred Newman, did the score for the older film version of Anastasia. That is very interesting.
There's a lot, man. There's a lot of shit going. There's a lot of poetry in this whole thing.
I've not seen the original Anastasia movie. I'd have to see if I could find it somewhere. It's not as well known as The King and I or Ten Commandments, so not as aired as much.
Okay, so that movie. God, what a great musical. And in the credits, it credited Vlad's number on the boat as Learn to Do It reprise. So I'm going to have to go back and listen to what part of the song's melody he was reprising, What he was reprising,
What do you mean? It's
See, they did it so slow and as a waltz. I missed that. I completely missed that. They did that so well, made it sound like it was a completely different song, which kind of want to do. But it's also clever that it is the same melody from the same song because it's directly related to the scheme. It's like I forgot about the other potential thing that we could run into, like the hiccup in our plan. But yeah, no, it is so well done. Does it have its problems? Sure. As far as story issues are concerned, not really coming to mind of anything, for story issues. Do you have anything with the story issues, personally?
No. If you separate this from what actually happened in historical events, very intriguing story. Just a girl who's trying to find out who she is. And how that inspired me with my own story.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And yes, and the romance. That whole enemies to lovers thing. Done very, very well.
Oh yeah, they definitely.
Even when they're fighting, it's just so endearing.
It's more like begrudging coworkers to lovers.
Yeah, let me finish.
Sorry.
And then you got you've got a very great villain, even if it's not doing the historical figure it's based on justice. And you've got really great side characters and awesome musical numbers. And, if you know nothing about the actual history, you can enjoy it.
And even
completely.
if you do know about the history, clearly, because we got a lot of fun out of it. I know about the far, inaccuracies and, things, anachronistic, and I can actually say that with literalism because she was not 8 years old. Like she was significantly older at the time. But
if the actual Russians are okay with it, then yeah.
yeah. And I guess Rasputin was literally turning in his grave in this movie, so so they kind of already had their bases covered. But as for
I would like to know though, Rasputin, if you didn't sell your soul to whatever was here, then how the hell did you survive all that? This is kind of scary, man. What's your secret?
I spent a year in Australia building up an immunity to iocane powder. It's, like he
oh god.
It's like how you can slowly poison yourself and like build up an immunity to it. Like that's the kind of shit this guy did. I'm pretty sure he he probably like powdered his face every morning with fucking asbestos or something. Like, this guy was untouchable. But it's like, yeah, like as far as story is concerned, it's really solid. The music really ties it all together. Like the songs really cinch it. Like I'd say my only story issue is that they didn't have a finale number. We had like a second. So we had Once Upon a December, then we had the real full version. So I guess that was our prelude, and then she sang it again. So fourth time hearing the song.
Now that I think about it, how many of those '90s musicals actually had a finale number?
It's like well, think about it. In the Little Mermaid, they reprised Part of Your World, Beauty and the Beast did Tale as Old as Time.
That doesn't count.
And then Hercules had an actual song. They had A Star Is Born, and then it continued playing over the credits for a little bit. So there's an example. It came out the same year.
Right. So half of them did, half of them didn't. Or if they had a finale, it was really just like a two sentence, or like the two verse thing.
Yeah. It was like that's my only problem is like they didn't really wrap it up. I feel like they wrapped it up.
They wrapped it up instrumentally wise.
You know what? That would have been great if they had at least done a little verse as an allusion
to Journey to the Past.
No, actually, if they did a cute little aside, before maybe doing a callback to Journey to the Past while she and Dimitri are dancing, where there's a rumor in the streets of France, and a callback to there's a rumor in St. Petersburg. Wouldn't that have been fun? Maybe
no,
a little much.
No, not that song.
Maybe, I don't know. I feel like I personally would have gotten a kick out of that.
Fine, look up the finale, and we'll use the less sentimental song as the finale, apparently.
Not that one. Oh, come on.
Journey to the Past would have been better because it would have been like she was wanting to find out who she is and what her future held in, and now she is on to her future, knowing exactly who she is.
You're right. That would have been nice. And they could have just sang it while they danced together. That would have been pretty simple enough. But other than that, good movie. And as animation goes, CGI integration was so terrible. Those props don't look like they belong in a 2D animated film. They look like they're halfway, but like they look like they belong in Toy Story the video.
With me.
they look like they belong in Toy Story the video game. Like, how is it that Disney was able to do the ballroom in Beauty and the Beast with almost about as much detail as half of the CGI props in this movie, but it looked better integrated? I don't understand why and I think part of it was I think part of the reason was because they actually were in the space, they were grounded in it, and like I said, they're holding the music box and it's just not moving, it's just not doing it.
Still better than Spirit.
It's a Spirit. The movie had, like, as far as I can tell, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the entirety of the background art in Spirit, or at the very least, like, 80% of it, was all CGI. Just made to look like a painting. So
Yeah,
you want to talk.
and that's
so
why
if you
it
want
bothered,
to,
it's why it bothered me.
so if you want to talk about CGI integration, like the horses looked a little off at points when they just used them as background models and they didn't hand draw faces on them. But the background art in Spirit was well done. Was very well done. In this movie, it's a little.
Okay, we get it. We get it.
All
You
right,
made your
all right,
point.
all right. Anyway,
Move on.
but I guess that's it. Good movie, great animation, solid 9 out of 10. Thank y'all so much for joining us on this whimsical musical adventure. And if you're viewing this after the fact, thanks for watching. And until next time, Mousetrap. I wanted to play Mousetrap. You roll your dice, you move your mice. Nobody gets hurt. But anyway, take care, stay safe, and be kind in all that you do. Good night, everybody!
Yeah. Das Vidania.
And